Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, and today I will be reading a multi-character excluder by an anime boy crazy to hell on Tumblr. So let's get into it. Midoriya Izuku. It happened completely an accident. You were running through the cafeteria, and Izuku was on his way to the staff lounge to eat with All Might. You had been a bit too eager to eat lunch, and you were not exactly paying attention, and had managed to trip over your own feet. Izuku had noticed and quickly ran over to try and catch you, and he had caught you right. But now you're on his chest, and your lips are on his, while he held you. As you guys landed on the floor with a thud, once you had gotten over the shock and realized what was happening, you quickly got up, getting off of Izuku while apologizing profusely. Sure, you guys kissed before, but it was really just cheek kisses and quick pecks instead of actually kissing, since you're both still getting used to being together, and we're not exactly ready for our first kiss yet. However, Izuku was not saying anything at all, and you saw that he was sitting there, totally stiff, and with a beet red face. Izu? You called out as you gently shook him. No response. You tried everything to snap him out of it, even splashing water on top of him, but to no avail. It's official. You single-handedly ended your boyfriend. You started to panic until you realized that there was one thing you did not try. Except you couldn't bring yourself to do it. You're a special one, and he's precious to you. You couldn't hurt him even if it's unintentionally and necessary. So, with no options left, you reluctantly went to look for the one person who you knew would not hesitate to slap him back to reality. Bakugou. And surely enough, after one awkward explanation, endless season courtesy of Katsuki, and then upside to the head later, Izuku finally functioned again. But he was a little still red and stuttering, and he had a slap mark on the back of his head. But he was okay. Well, as okay as you can be after an awkwardly accidental first kiss. That is. But he got over it though. Don't worry. It definitely took him a while though. Needless to say, you're well aware of what you're doing nowadays. And avoid running somewhere. Unless you need to. Baku Katsuki. Wholesome payback time. You and Katsuki had gone out to the park with some air. Since lately, her guys had been spending it together indoors. Besides, it was a very nice day out. So why not take advantage of it, right? After about half an hour or so of walking and chatting about whatever came to your minds, you both sat down on a nearby bench. You and him both sat down, with a sigh, as you look through your satchel and take out your sketch pad and a pencil to do some sketching, and he takes out his phone. An hour goes by and Katsuki looks up from his phone and is about to ask what you want, but when he looks over, he's mesmerized by you. Your hair is gently swaying with the soft breeze. Your brows furrowed as you concentrate on enjoying the beautiful sakura tree that's in front of you. Your little pout when you make a mistake and have to erase it. To do it over, you looked so perfect to him. He was entranced by you. Wait, was he blushing? How dare you make him feel all warm and fuzzy? And of course, you were completely unaware of the feelings you made Katsuki experience. You were in your own little world. But still, he was gonna catch you off guard like I had unknowingly done to him. He took a breath and tried to act normally. Hey, Pipsqueak, can you look at me for a second? Hmm? He took the ascent to set his little plan into motion. He scooted closer to you and gently took your face in his hands. And before you could ask what he was doing, he pressed his lips to yours. The smirk on his face said it all. He was satisfied now. He was satisfied now. It took a couple months to come out of her daze, but once he did, he smacked him with a sketchbook. Hey, watch where you swing that thing. Why did you do that? You ask. Why did I do what? Why did you kiss me? Am I not allowed to? I'm your boyfriend after all. Well, yeah, but our first kiss? Katsuki, really? You retort. Yeah, well, you're always taking too long to make a move. So as always, I've got to do everything myself. He says, looking back at you. Obviously, he's not going to admit that the actual reason was because you're being too adorable. Nope, he would take that to the grave. You groaned and covered your face with your hands. I hate you, you declare. Love you too, dumbass. Todoroki. He straight up went to ask you about it. You two were watching a movie together in his room, cuddling, when all of a sudden he says, Why haven't you kissed yet? You paused the movie and asked him to repeat the question, just to make sure you were not going crazy. So he asked it again, and you simply respond by saying that you were waiting for him to be ready for it. Since you were still getting used to the whole dating thing, he had only just gotten used to holding your hand after all, and you didn't want to pressure him and make him uncomfortable by asking for a kiss. You then asked him if he'd like to give it a shot, to which he nods his head yes. You smile at him and position yourself so you can kiss him properly. Poor baby was so nervous. He didn't want to do anything that could end up hurting you. Honestly, you found his nervousness quite adorable. You gently cupped his face and pressed your lips to his, and you could have sworn you felt his left side activate a little. Once you got over the initial shock, he was pretty confident. After a couple minutes, he pulled away and looked at Shoto, who was smiling, with a small blush on his face. Well, that felt nice. He states happily. I'm glad you enjoyed it. You tell him. Can we, do it again? Please? He asks you rather sheepishly, and you can't help but giggle at your boyfriend's newfound eagerness. Sure thing, we can chill. And this has now become his new favorite form of showing your affection. It makes him feel so warm and happy inside, and he takes every opportunity he has to do it whenever he can.